Hello everyone, I'm your host, Warrior Angel. Welcome back to part 5, I believe, of this Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline Let's Play. Well, we are one of the Malkavians, the insane ones. And speaking of insane, as you saw in the last episode, once I fall down the stairs, we just dealt with Gimbal, the prosthetic doctor who just wanted to have my arms for his own personal collection. So, we are continuing with the side quest for the moment, until we carry on to the next bit, which is to meet Therese Vorman, the Baron of Santa Monica. So this is just mission of the active quest we got. So we got to check out the bloody mess for our reward. Got to go back to Arthur. Go into the blood bank. Make some money. Okay. So actually, we're going to take a trip to the blood bank. I don't think you guys have actually had the opportunity to meet the blood bank yet. Actually, first of all, let's get a bit of the financial side of things sorted out. Otherwise known as money. Because I forgot to do that in the last episode, it seems, to pick up the money from LaCroix he gave me for the werewolf blood. So, oh, apparently I did pick it up. Oh, maybe I lost it. Oh well. If I had, I had. If I haven't, I haven't. Actually, so let's head back in here a second again. Sometimes it's just a bit thing. I mean, I think I can probably say that unless there's any new missions in this latest patch, I've probably done every single mission at one point or another. So it is a case of just trying to remember. Ah, there we go. Right. So there we go. We got a bit of experience as well, which is giving me 5. Let's go for 6. Actual level on perception, maybe? No. Can I go for dodge? No. Let's go for strength. That will help me out actually with trying to do damage. Not going to be in a fight anytime soon, I think. But better safe than sorry, you never know. Let's check that again. No. I can't remember, did I pick up the money or not? If I have, I have. If I haven't, I haven't. One of those things. Okay, so next up now is the pawn shop. Why? Because I got all this junk to sell. There's only so much watches and that you need, so... And we get to meet Trip, I believe, who is a stoner.
Hey.
Hey. What?
How's it going? You, looking to buy or sell or...
Ah, death dealer.
You call me Trip. I own this shop.
Ah, Death Trip.
Just Trip is fine. You new to Santa Monica?
The lady and I are old companions. Surprised that you and I are not.
It's not a big surprise. We get you faces through here night after night. Used to be more tourists, but now, I don't know, man. It's more like drifters. Okay,
so Trip is your name and drugs are your game.
No, not really. Sorry.
Are you sure? I could bring you some from the House of Healing ahead to make things cheaper.
Thanks. You, new to Santa Monica?
I'm new here, but not to the House of Healing where I found a surprise box.
Really? Well, let me see what you got.
You wanted something else, but I bought you some hard stuff. Now I'll make everything cheaper.
Alright, here's what we got today.
Alright, so that's good. So I don't need, this is stuff they have. I don't really need rings and that. But we come here, we do have a whole bunch of stuff. So, pill bottle, estrogen. Caution, do not take if male. Okay, so we don't need a watch. Don't need a car stereo. Don't need any more morphine bottles. Gonna keep the computer for grandma at the moment. I do love what it says here. To begin, put the foot pedal on the desk and push the power button on the metal box. This is the house for your friend computer Chip. The enchanted electronic pixie that can do 4.8 billion calculations per second. Wow, that's fast, Chip. Do you see an image on the magical computer window? That just makes me laugh. Prescription bottles. Orfeo tries clean. Failure to take a prescribed could lead in 18 years of responsibility. Okay, so that. diary, silver ring, don't need it. And you want to shoot things. Don't need a bail bond. Keeping that. Okay, we now got $515. Not bad.
Thanks for coming back. What you need?
Do you sell boomsticks?
No. Not really. Sorry.
Liar. A storyteller can always spot another.
You know, you really don't seem the criminal and/or undercover cop type.
Show me your boomsticks, death dealer.
All right. Come take a look then.
Right, so what we got? We do have a couple of weapons. I don't really want to carry this arm around with me, but it doesn't cost me anything to... We won't get any money out of it, so... A knife. I'm going to sell the tire iron. First I'm going to get the knife. Not something, but... I mean, as I've mentioned before, I do martial arts myself. And in the course of my lifetime, I have learned how to use knives reasonably well. I still prefer my hands and fists, but... if someone tried to attack me with a knife, I wouldn't say I'd be able to defend myself 100% because there's always a risk when there's evolved weapons, but I know how to hold a knife and I know how to attack with one if necessary. No sort of need to carry one though. I mean, where we are from, it don't exactly have much in the way of armed crime, admittedly. Alright, do you have a gun? Do I have a gun? Yes, I do have a gun actually. Oops. Okay, so we've done everything to do with trip. Anyway, and... yes, you're now going to meet the crazy man who lives in the blood bank. Hey,
hey, baby. Looking for a date?
Well, let's take advantage of one of the prostitutes. How much will my purse be lightened?
For you, honey? 50 American dollars. Best money you'll ever spend. I promise.
30 is ringing in my ears.
Well, for you only. Don't go telling any of her friends about this. The girl's gotta make a living and all. Let's go somewhere more intimate. You lead the way.
Walk this way. So why did I just pay a prostitute? Because I can feed off her and it's not going to cause me any problems. So actually, we'll just pop down here.
Okay, honey. Let's see what you got.
Now, you see, if I just pushed the F button and fed on her now, then, right there and then that was going to cause people to come and attack. Whereas now we're out of the way, we can actually do this. So, with relish and mustard. So what's going to happen now is, it looks like we're supposed to be kissing her, whereas in reality we're just feeding off her. And it means that no one else is going to cause a problem, apart from the fact it looks like I'm making out of a prostitute in the back alley. And somehow teleported all the way back there. So, she's in the essence of the kiss. And let's go back to the blood bank now. What? When you're ready, of course. Now this guy you're going to be meeting in a second, he is a bit of a creep. He seems a bit of a sociopath almost. You know, he enjoys talking about death and that, and he knows we're a vampire.
You next up for the needle? Your donation could save a life, you know. Oh, but isn't it a little late for altruism? I don't think you're here to give blood at all. I don't buy it, Jack. I bet you're here to take blood. Am I right?
Does the Pope wear a funny hat?
Right down to business. None of this pretend I don't drink blood shit. Very refreshing to find a decisive customer. I respect that. So, what'll it be?
How much for the Crimson Nectar?
If you have to ask.
Show me your Crimson Nectars. So we can get different blood from this guy, for the moment anyway. You can buy normal blood pack, or you can get the blue blood pack, which is, as you can see, from only the finest human specimens. That gives me a lot more blood than the normal blood pack, and it's really the best one if you were playing as the Ventru class, but at the moment, how much blood do I actually have at the moment? 2. I'm not interested in buying any, actually. I've got other plans, you see. But we do need to enter...
Need a fix?
I need to enter this bloody fortress.
Employees only. Them's the rules of the queen bitch herself.
The Dark Daughter has given me her blessing.
She did, huh? Queen bitch told me never to let anyone back there. I remember her repeating it over and over in that cold, pretentious voice of hers.
Contact Her Majesty and face the truth.
Opened.
My inner child thanks you for opening the candy store.
No. Queen bitch would say no to... Now, sir,
Vandal,
number
apparently his
26.
name is. Oops.
Number 26.
Okay.
26.
That guy is creepy. Alright. So we do have a couple of things. We got this guy.
Who are you? What are you doing back here?
There is an answer to that question, but it's not in my
I
brain.
think you want the clinic upstairs. Are you sure you're supposed to be here?
I am no longer here. Okay, so we're here now to find Lily, which is the girl that changed that vampire we met down on the beach E into a vampire. So we're going to need to find her. So she is around here, and she's a bit of a stuck at the moment. Alright, Ambrosia. So we want the passcode, which is 1969. Okay, so freezers I believe were down here. Which freezer is it? I think it's this one. Ah, there we go. So 1969. Alright. I hit the switch. And meet Lily.
I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat. The hot flash in my brain lighting up my body. I can smell it everywhere. Blood.
Okay, in case you want to know what is wrong with her. Vampires, as you may have seen in the other episodes, or even as you can see in the second option, all vampires have the beast. It's what they call sort of their darker, more animalistic emotions. So that is a person that drives them to just feed to the kid, and wants to. It's the animal inside them essentially. Some of the clans, like the Gangrel, have sort of exhibit this on their outside through their animal characteristics and more in touch with it. But anyway, that's what the beast is, and you need to, if you see my humanity for example, the higher you act as you keep to the man rather than the beast, the longer you're more or less okay. But if you succumb to the beast and start acting more animalistic, you eventually start turning into a monster yourself. Well, more of a monster than a vampire. And one of the things then as well is that vampires suffer from frenzy, which is when the beast takes over, and in the pen and paper version you can't control your character and it could be doing all weird and wonderful crap. It makes you stronger, it makes you faster, but then it makes you completely out of control as well. And in this it does the same thing. If I enter frenzy, I can do more damage, I can take more damage, but I lose control of the character. And anyway, the reason why they enter frenzy is down to 3 reasons normally. One, because of fear. One, because they're hungry, and one, because they're angry. Fight or flight, essentially, and hunger, which is for vampires the most important thing in the world. So she's suffering from hunger frenzy, or you can tell she's starving, which I believe the term was vassalid or something like that. But yeah, so that's why she's acting a bit thing about the beast, about acting this and about drinking. It's because she's starving, and the beast is starting to influence her. So. Anyway, back to this. The beauty has met her beast.
Let me go. It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's calling. Never felt like this before. Let me go. I can smell it. I have to have it.
Who are you, little sickling child?
Let me go.
Alright, so we need to let her go. So I will free you from this fox's den, little flower. Christ, I can never quite get over the haircut. Now, I should be doing... Here we go.
Oh, sweet mother of God!
He looks a bit perturbed.
never been so satisfying. All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop, and I was sucking on a dry, dead artery. It was euphoric. But I've killed him. I've never killed anyone before. What happened? What came over me?
And that's what happens with the beast. It takes over and you don't know what happens. 9 times out of 10 as a vampire, if the beast takes over, your only thing then is that you're going to suffer from the aftermath. You have to deal with the crap that happens because of it. So, here we go. You wore the mask of the beast.
Beast? What is that? Why couldn't I stop myself? Why did it feel so right?
You're not the darkness you'll wear.
I tried to steal some blood. I heard they sold it. I was hungry, and I can't hunt in town. They caught me, and I was trapped. Thought I'd never escape, but I killed a man. I have to get out of here.
The blood thief's death still fills your throat with joy, yes?
No, I'm not a monster. It was instinct. I couldn't control it. I'm not responsible for my actions.
Good girl. It's the little eyes that let you sleep.
I'm no murderer. I didn't choose to be like this. I'm not a monster.
Good. So, yeah, as I said, the beast does drive you to do some very, bad stuff when it's driving you. But anyway, are you the beautiful sickling flower?
Flower? My name's Lily, if that's what you mean.
You're the flower of he that becomes before F and G.
E? You know E? How do you know E?
I was following the thin blood and it led me to you.
I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most.
Continue weaving a tale.
Rolf, my sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed. Rolf wasn't a thin blood, and apparently I am. I don't know why. Rolf abandoned me. His group wouldn't take me in. They said I was a liability. He left me with so many questions, and I did the same thing to E, but I didn't want to leave E. He forced me out of his life. I should go. I have to get out of here. Maybe out of the city. Soon.
Okay, so Wolf must have been of the 13th generation. 13 steps descended from Cain, because that, I believe, is the sort of like the drop-off point. That is when the 13th generation start having offspring. The 14th, and eventually, they become thin bloods themselves. Now, anyone watching this, correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, seek out your thin-blooded lover.
He doesn't hate me anymore?
He misses your dark bloomings.
I'll go see him.
I never heard them call that before. What do I receive from my midnight gardens?
I don't have anything to give.
I will forgive your debt. Farewell. Okay. And I'm not doing this, by the way. We're going to meet...
Why'd you have to go and let that bitch out? There's one less Bill in the world now. Why'd you have to let her go and eat him, huh? Now I'll never get to do in that bastard myself. Well, you know what? No blood for you. No more!
So yes, we have options at this point. If you're one of the other clans, you can use your Venture domination abilities to sort of just dominate his mind and tell him that he's going to continue sending you blood. You could persuade him by telling him some of the most dastardly things you have done in your life. But I believe, if I remember right, that needs you to have a high level of intimidation or low humanity, sort of, because by that point you should be able to give quite a good explanation of the bad things you've done. But we are Malkavians, so we have slightly different methods. So as you can see, number one, that's the thing for the Malkavians. Ha 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 ha.
What were we laughing about?
The price of the red nectar you're about to sell to me? So yeah, you can actually persuade him to do it otherwise. And I'm glad it sounds convincing. I mean, one thing you really should check out if you haven't done it before. If you're not a fan of, I'm a fan of Final Fantasy, and in number 10, there's a really embarrassing scene in it when one of the characters, Una, if I remember right, tries to tells like the main character Titus to try and cheer up, and so he just says about burst out in laughter, and so it does not sound convincing at all. Instead, you hear them both going, ah ha 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 ha, ah ha ha. It sounds absolutely terrible. In fact, I completely recommend you should watch it, just so you learn. If you're ever going to be an actor, do not laugh like that, ever. Ever. It's an embarrassment. Anyway, so we now rescued Lily, so we got to do that. We have Arthur we need to talk to. Okay, so next stop we'll go to is Arthur. Arthur Kilpatrick of the Bloodlines. So if you hear any noise in the background, if there is any background noise when I finish this video, it's because of the fact that I got my brother's turtle, and he does make a noise moving around on his island. So sorry about that, guys. Anyway, let's head back now to Arthur Kilpatrick of the Bloodlines. Listen to the crazy homo. And there you go, a little bit of thing to do with the Malkavians. So not all Malkavians are crazy as in like how, well, I'm supposed to be like in this game. They can be all different things. They could be catatonic, they could be sociopathic, homo thing, manic depressive. They could be a number of different things. Anyway, I found the hunter, but he will not come back to hunt bounties.
What? Ain't coming back? What do you mean he ain't coming back?
His itchy finger is a crazy trophy.
Man, that's a tough one. Bounty hunter ain't no good without his trigger finger.
Unless you me.
That really leaves me in hot water, boy. Gonna cost old Arthur real good.
Maybe I can hunt a bounty for you, Keymaster.
I got this guy with a sheet a mile long, put in on 3 warrants. His girlfriend put up for the bond, and now he missed the court date. I can't get in touch with either of them. Want a job?
Sing me a song, voted one.
Well, it won't be much of a job since you ain't licensed and all, but until I can get me another bounty hunter, I need you to find out if this guy skipped town or what.
You want to see if he still casts a shadow on the Lady of the Sea?
Yeah, no body attachment or nothing. Just find out if he's here or where he went. I'll pay you. Deal?
I still have no green for the gold diggings.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Here you are.
Try to stiff me. Thanks, my Jello junkie. Perhaps I can help you hunt the other bounty.
Great, all right. The guy's name is Mike Durbin. Goes by the name Muddy. His girlfriend put up for his bond. She lives over there above Tripp's pawn shop. Her name is Marion Murrieta, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her.
I may need to borrow the fire bullets.
Well, I wouldn't normally tell you this, but since you did help me out. Trip down at the pawn shop. He's a little fried and paranoid, so he don't usually sell guns to anyone. But just tell him old Arthur sent you. He'll set you up all right.
Huh. Okay, tell me the footprints of the dirty one is left in the forest.
What the? Footprint? Oh, you mean his record? Well, he was brought up on manslaughter charges years back, but he got acquitted. Since then, he's been in and out for this, that, small-time stuff mostly.
Okay, I will go to the place of pawns.
That's right. Marianne Murrieta, in them crappy places above the pawn shop. Find out where the hell Muddy is, where is he going, whatever. But be careful. You're not licensed, and if anything bad goes down, I don't know you. You hear me?
At least one of my cells have heard you.
All right. Come back when you got some info. Thanks in advance.
I will wander into the words wiggle into my wigwam. Farewell. I definitely seem to have a way with words in this game. Okay, one thing I'm going to check quickly. Okay, I haven't gone through.
And the other leading chicken flavor.
I remember. Did I speak to Knox? I don't think I did. Might have done. I can't remember. I'll see in a bit in the asylum. So yeah, we got a new mission, of course, and thing. So next up now is back at the beach, where we're going to speak to Lily. I'm going to sell some stuff to the gullible guy. One thing, actually, anyone who's watching this, one thing I wouldn't mind asking you guys is, tell me if the sort of the video is too dark. Yeah, you know, is it dark or is it just white for you? Because when I'm playing it, it seems absolutely fine for me. Yet when I've noticed the footage when I use it on Windows Movie Maker, I find that the footage then is really dark unless I adjust the brightness. So I don't know if it's just the fact that maybe my monitor is a certain brightness anyway. But tell me guys if it is dark, right? And if it is, I'll try and brighten up a bit more for you guys so you can actually see what's going on. Alright, so Lily's there. Okay.
Brought my Lily back. She told me all about what happened. I don't know why you helped this, but your blood's worth bottling. I'll never let her go again. Thank you.
Now, I could say about the beasts, but no, I'm a good guy. I know it happens, so keep your flower pinned next to your heart.
I'm going to be getting out of LA soon. Too dangerous here. Rosa told us something big's about to happen, and I don't want to be here when the jack comes out of the box. Take that for what you will.
Death walks among all of us, sickling. The last grains are falling. Farewell. Alright, so let's speak to the gutable guy now.
You have any of those items you mentioned?
Yes, I have the special Weber for your fangs, for your $100. Like I said, this guy is completely gullible. He believes everything we said. In the last episode, I believe that we spoke to him, and apparently I've got bubblegum that can get rid of his fangs. He can turn into a human if he buys unicorn blood off me, which, as far as I know, unicorns don't exist in the old World of Darkness. It's just made up. And the holy stake, which he can use to kill the head of the vampires, and I can send him after a number of different people. I can send, which lose me a point of humanity, but it's funny. I can send him after the President of the United States. I can send him after the Croy or Nines Rodriguez. So let's do this first one.
Okay, I guess. Here.
I have the blood of the magic stallion. How much do you desire?
I'll buy as much as you've got.
2 bags of magic for $240.
As soon as I have 3 bags, I should have enough to become human again.
Okay.
Do you have any of those items you mentioned?
I have the holy stake if you got the blessed $100.
Yeah, here you go. Now where can I find the head vampire?
Now if I send him out to the president, apparently it does cause a masquerade breach, but just the idea of sending this random vampire after the president. Hail to the chief. The president is a bloodsucker.
You won't have to live like this anymore. I'm going to kill the head vampire.
Oh, normally I thought he asked me, well, you know, really?
You might have saved me, but I can't look at you. To think anyone could be so compassionless, so heartless.
I'm not the poison sweet. There we go, masquerade violation.
I'll never forget this night.
I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say.
Okay, and then I won't look at you either. Farewell.
Evening.
Why are your words shaped so strangely?
It's nothing.
You seem to shrink for my shadow.
No, I have a speech problem. Sorry.
You stuttered like a stricken sow. Fair enough. By the way, as I said before, I like that song. Smaller God by Darling Violetta. Okay, my favourite song though is they did a version of they're the ones behind the theme tune for the Angel TV show, you know, Buffy, Vampire Soul, blah blah blah. But they're the ones who made the theme tune for the series. And yeah, they got a version called the Sanctuary Remix, which I completely recommend if you like that theme tune. So yeah, check it out. There should be somewhere on YouTube, and yeah, hope you enjoy that one. Anyway, is there any other stuff we got left to do before we head off into the next one? No. I suppose we've got a couple of minutes, I guess. This is where we're going to have to go in the next episode, is to the Asylum, the nightclub and main place of Therese Warman. But for the moment we'll just pop back quickly to my flat. Sorry, my America apartment. So we can try and fight this Maria Murrieta. Okay, which one is her room? Is it this one? There's only a few rooms, so it can't be one or the other, shouldn't it? Computers off. No pills or anything. God, this place looks like a dump. But there again, I've seen some student accommodation in my time in university that would look worse than that. Let's pop back over here. Can I actually access this now? Difficulty of 5. Okay, we will use blood buff and try it again. Okay. Got something here. Crouch. Peepin, a voyeur's field guide. For anyone who's interested in reading what that is. Peepin's not just for lonely, perverted losers anymore. In fact, at least 3 psychologists say it's a healthy form of sexual expression. A very good voyeur needs to develop a sneaking game. Get used to crouching and evenly distributing the weight as you walk. Stick to shadows behind cover. You'll be tapping titties in no time. This book raises your stealth skill. Oh my god, I just can't believe I actually said the word titties. Wow. What have I done with my life? Anyway, this is what we need to do actually.
Mayor, it's Mike. Look, I gotta head downtown for a few days, maybe longer. If Reno calls, tell him to meet me down there. We got something to discuss, apparently. I'll be at Milton's place in the Skyline Lofts 2A. Sorry, baby. I'll explain everything later.
Okay. So, the guy we're after is in downtown, which is the next hub, so to speak, where we can unlock eventually. Now, about here. So, while we're heading off to the asylum now, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. So, I hope you guys do enjoy this, and I hope you enjoyed any of the other Let's Plays I've been doing on my channel. And please let me know if you are a fan of this and you're worrying about the fact that it is a bit on the dark side or something in terms of the graphics. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to adjust the brightness more so you can see it a bit better. I mean, as I said, at the moment, for my screen, it works fine. I can see things perfectly well, but it seems when I record it and then, check it out on Movie Maker, it does cause the screen to go quite dark for some reason. So, please let me know in the comments if it is affecting you, and I'll try to do it. Otherwise, as always, please feel free to like, comment, advise, or subscribe about the game and my channel in general. Otherwise, I'll thank you for watching, and we'll tune in next time on Friday, where you see the next episode. Bye for now.